Welcome to another video. In the present video we should discuss how to control our pessimistic feelings and how to control our brain. Well, the idea of our brain is it generally likes to deliver in pessimistic feelings and negative considerations like displeasure, want or desire, or then, at that point, envy, perhaps hatred. These are the negative contemplations that our mind likes to enter in. So how might we control it? Well, I'm an extraordinary instructor. Incomparable Buddha presented us a continuous preparation where you can rehearse this controlling of gloomy feelings or pessimistic contemplations to you. So with next to no further ado, I'm going to acquaint them with you. So first and prior to getting into these means, there is one thing that you need to practice, and there's a certain something that you need to dominate, and that is mindfulness. On the off chance that you don't know about what you are believing, in the event that you are not careful about what you're figuring, then you can't control it. So you need to absolutely comprehend, and you need to absolutely know about what you're thinking. Alright, so at whatever point you find, when you at whatever point you become mindful of what you're figuring, then you will have that ability to control it. So here comes the initial step. Buddha says, at the point when you become mindful of your psyche is delivering in bad considerations like outrage or obscene contemplations or disdain or desire, the main thing is to move your thinking example to something healthy. There are some healthy considerations to you which makes you serene, perhaps like reasoning of something that you have done in the past, like perhaps you help somebody. At the point when you imagine that thought, your mind becomes blissful and serene. So what you will do is the point at which you become mindful of your negative contemplations. We're going to move our thinking example to something healthy, something that makes us tranquil. So that is the first thing that Buddha says. Shift your considerations to openings and contemplations. If that initial step didn't figure out, then what you need to do, go for the following stage. What is that? Buddha expresses, think about disservices of reasoning negative feelings. Right, in the event that you are continually having irate contemplations, then you need to think these contemplations are harming myself, what's more, others. In the event that I make moves concurring to these considerations, it will hurt myself. Furthermore, the others. Recollect, it could be a little considered outrage. However, on the off chance that it develop up, what will happen? It will be disastrous. So what do you need to do? Ponder the downsides or hindrances of reasoning these negative considerations. Then at whatever point you see these inconveniences, your psyche will tend to avoid these negative considerations. More often than not, we don't know about these drawbacks. Okay, so what you need to do, suppose assuming I continue to think these negative considerations, it will not going, it won't assist me, it with willing upset my serenity. Right, that is the second step. Then as the third step, Buddha says, pay no psyche, give no consideration. In the event that the subsequent step didn't work out, go for the third move toward not to pay any consideration regarding that thought. Right, see, at the point when we concentrate entirely on, once more, something, perhaps an idea, it develops also, again it develops all the more. Right, for an model, assuming that you ended up being irate with somebody, also, assuming you continue to reconsider him, what's more, once more, and becoming irate, that annoyance will develop to an ever-increasing extent. So what do you need to do? We need to let the idea be an idea, without giving a lot of consideration. Right, when you simply avoid offering consideration, then, at that point, it will disappear from your brain. This is how things have been. Have you seen little children when they tumble down, they begin to cry? Right, if the parent or the mother or father see that it isn't nothing to joke about of falling, if mother or father concentrated completely on that child, what does he do? He simply couldn't care less about that. He will quit crying. Same thing goes with our mind. On the off chance that we gave no consideration to that thought, right, on the off chance that he couldn't have cared less about that idea and just let it go. What's more, let it die from our psyche. Then, at that point, it will disappear. That is one method of doing that. On the off chance that the third step didn't work for you, then the Buddha expresses, go for the fourth move toward loosen up your thinking process. At this moment, recall, when you think negative considerations, your brain turns out to be so much occupied, such a lot of unpleasant and diverted. So the thing you will do is you're thinking, for what reason am I thinking these distractive contemplations? These are negative considerations that are making me so much occupied, also, making me diverted, right? So the thing are you going to do is you're loosening up your perspective to something extremely delicate and inconspicuous, perhaps, like cherishing benevolence, perhaps like sympathy, right? Perhaps like appreciation, at the point when you think those considerations, when you think more certain considerations, your psyche, or on the other hand your perspective turns out to be to such an extent loose, and afterward assuming the fourth step did not work for you, then it comes the last step. This is the sort of thing that we need to do with the extraordinary consideration I don't prescribe. In conclusion, the teachings of Buddha offer profound insights into taming the unruly nature of our minds, especially when besieged by pessimistic thoughts. Remember, the journey to master your mind requires patience, mindfulness, and consistent practice. By shifting your focus to positive thoughts, contemplating the drawbacks of negativity, paying no undue attention to destructive thoughts, and finally, relaxing your mind through positive reflections, you pave the way to liberate yourself from the shackles of negative thinking. It's not an overnight transformation, but with diligent practice, you can mold your mind into a sanctuary free from the clutches of pessimism. Embrace these teachings. Make them a part of your daily life, and witness the gradual transformation of your mind into a haven of serenity and positivity. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of controlling pessimistic feelings and nurturing a resilient mind. Until next time, may your thoughts be mindful and your journey toward inner peace be filled with enlightenment.